This is Sound and Light Lesson 3. The topic of this video is the ear and how the ear works. So the learning objectives of this lesson is to identify the main parts of the human ear and how sound travels through it. And the second part is to understand how air particles vibrate to form a sound wave. To be successful, you must be able to correctly label and identify the parts of the ear, explain how sound travels through the ear, and correctly label a longitudinal wave. So you should have already watched the brilliant Fuse School video showing you how the ear works and the parts of the ear. Now in your booklet, you're going to label the parts of the ear. So we have the pinna, the outside flap. We have the ear canal, which extends down into, then touches the eardrum. In the inner ear, we've got the cochlea. We've got the auditory nerve, which is the nerve that goes to the brain. The semicircular canals, which help us to balance. And in the middle ear, we've got the ear bones. If you could add to your diagram as well, the outer ear, is the parts all the way to the eardrum. The bones in the middle are called the middle ear, and from then on, it's called the inner ear. If you pause this video and get those labels into your book. So the second part of this is learning how does the ear work. You can put these steps at the bottom of your page. Sound waves are collected by the earlobe or the pinna. Number 2, the wave travels along the ear canal. 3, the waves reach the eardrum and make it vibrate. The small bones, ossicles, amplify the vibrations in the middle ear. And the cochlea turns these signals into electrical signals. And finally, the auditory nerve takes the electrical signals to the brain. Again, pause the video and write these 6 steps one after another in your booklet. Okay, this animation shows you how sound travels. Sound travels as a longitudinal wave. Now, when you're looking at that, it very much looks like these particles are moving from the left to the right. So the left shows a vibration, for example, a loudspeaker, and it causes the particles to vibrate. If you focus just on the red dots, I've put 3 red dots there, you'll see that those red dots, like all of the dots, are simply vibrating back and forwards. But it's quite clever. This is how a wave works. It travels through a medium, through air, for example, and it takes the energy from the left to the right here, but without the particles moving from left to right. They simply vibrate. So what we're going to label in your diagram, which is what is sound, we're going to label the parts of this wave. So where the particles are very close together is called a compression. Where the particles are stretched apart is called a rarefaction. So if you can label that, and then also explaining underneath that how sound travels through the air. The first step, sound is produced by the vibrating objects, in this diagram a loudspeaker. This causes the air particles to vibrate. They carry the sound as a wave, and the wave consists of compressions and rarefactions. And when the wave reaches the ear, it makes the eardrum vibrate. Again, pause the video and write these 5 steps into your book and label a diagram. So on to activity 3, the word search. Simply, just to remind you of all the words that we've been looking at when we've been talking about sound waves, you just need to find them in the word search. If you want to pause the video and find it, and then unpause and reveal the answers. So we have waves, longitudinal, vibrations, compressions, part of the longitudinal wave. Then we have the word pitch, how high or low note is. Frequency is a measurement of the pitch, and that's measured in hertz, how many vibrations a second. Amplitude is the height of the wave. Wavelength is the length of the wave, and oscilloscope is the instrument we looked at to see sounds. You may want to pause the video and get those answers down. Activity 4, slightly harder challenge. You've got definitions. Just to check you know these words, you have to find the word, and then find it on the word search. So if you want to pause and then unpause when you're ready for the answers. So how sound energy is transmitted is by waves. Vibrations in the same direction of the wave movement is longitudinal. To and fro repeated movement is a vibration. The part of the wave where the particles are closer together is compressions. How high or low a note is the pitch. The number of vibrations per second is the frequency. The unit of frequency is the hertz. The height of a wave from the center line is the amplitude. The distance between two peaks or troughs is the wavelength. And finally, the displays waves as an image on a display is the oscilloscope. You want to pause and make sure you get those down. Okay, you'll see on my web page, the lesson page, your homework to be complete for next lesson. You should have completed all the classwork. If not, you can use the page to complete anything you didn't finish. And then you're going to complete activity 5 from the back of your book to check your knowledge so far. And then to submit to me, you're going to complete and submit the quiz on this page. It's a Microsoft form, and you answer questions from the lesson and from last lesson, and I'll see how you've done. Good luck. Once again, thanks for watching.